I had been working at Foot Locker for a while when it happened. I always worked the closing shift at night. I would see and greet customers and assist them whenever they needed. I also had to prevent shoplifters and keep an eye out for sketchy people. It wasn't a bad gig for a retail job. The pay was decent, and the job wasn't very hard. The place was honestly pretty slow, so it was usually just me and a female coworker that worked nights. I really didn't have any complaints at all. That is, until one night. I was working the closing shift again with my female coworker, and it was getting late. It had been an easy day, and there were only a couple of customers still browsing around. Then I saw this creepy incel-looking guy walk into the store. The guy was in his 20s and reeked of pot. Something about him just made him seem sketchy and up to no good.
Ooh, look at those LeBron 19s. Man, I can't wait to dip my feet inside those. I wonder if these smell like him.
I had a bad feeling as soon as I saw him. I watched him for a few minutes. The guy looked around everywhere, but he didn't buy anything. I asked the guy if he needed any help, but he refused. He really didn't seem like he wanted me around. He still looked sketchy to me, so I kept my eye on the guy. He looked around for a few more minutes, and then he left. I figured the guy must have been stoned off his ass and didn't know what he was doing, so I put him out of my mind and just got back to work. The strange thing was that the same thing continued to happen every other week. The same guy would show up later in the night and walk around the store for a while. He never bought anything. He just looked around and then left. It was really weird. Every time I saw him, I was reminded of how creepy he looked, but he never really did anything that justified that thought. I just assumed he was window shopping as usual. One night, I was working with the same female coworker and the store wasn't busy at all. We were pretty late into our shift, and I was looking forward to going home. Then I saw the same creepy guy walk in. I decided that I was really going to keep an eye on him that night. I didn't want to judge, but something about this guy just didn't sit right with me. I watched him from a distance as he looked around. I didn't know if it was possible, but the guy looked even creepier that night. His eyes were sunken in, and his face was gaunt and expressionless. He still reeked of pot too. He went back and forth between the different aisles, not really stopping to look at anything for too long. The guy eventually wandered into the clothing aisle and started looking through the racks. It seemed like he was trying to hide from the staff. I didn't want to look like a stalker or harass customers, but I decided that I'd better check in that instance. I walked around to get a better view of the aisle, and that's when I saw the guy stuffing clothes into his pants.
Hey, stop right there!
I ran at the guy and told him that I was calling the cops for him stealing. The guy froze for a second, and then he tried to make a run for it. I then grabbed the guy's arm and tried to hold him.